This podcast contains excerpts from New Soul Radio shows. For the full listening experience with music, visit newsoulradio.com. That's NUSOL radio.com. This is Solsei.
The following thoughts and opinions do not represent New Soul Radio, Solsei and Company, or any of our affiliates, advertisers, or sponsors.
All right, you are here on New Soul Radio with Marc May on the Marc May Show, also known as Mr. Unpopular, because I don't follow trends. I make them. That is the thing that I love to do. And you want to know why I'm Mr. Unpopular truly? It's because when I came into the idea of getting into the entertainment business, when I came into the idea of just going through life and following my dreams, I wanted to be known that I did not compromise who I was. I didn't want to compromise who I truly am as a person, because everything I do isn't going to follow what the rest of the world does. It's not going to follow what everybody else in the same field does. I don't talk like them. I don't talk like everybody. I don't think like everybody. I don't want to be like everybody, because what's the uniqueness in that? How can you be somebody to stand out if you're constantly trying to conform to the crowd? That's something I want to convey, not only in my life, but I want to convey it to the rest of the people with my life. I want to convey it to my young people, to my kids, to the teenagers, to the young adults, that you can be you and still make your dreams come true. You don't have to follow somebody else's footsteps. You don't have to follow somebody else's path, because nobody's path is the same for anybody. Everybody has a different lane and they have a different race to run. Whatever race you are in, you need to be focused on how you can get through it, because whatever road somebody else made it on, that road is closed off to you, because no two people will make it the same way. And that's just something I always want to convey. But enough of that. We here now. It is good old Monday. And how y'all doing today? How y'all mental health? How you feeling? Did you take some time for yourself this week or this weekend? Did you take some time to just think about the stuff you got to do and just no longer worry or stress about all the stuff that happens? Did you take some time just to free your mind, just to chill out for a second? Everybody needs to do that. I made a video today where I simply said, they will be okay. You don't have to. You have to learn how to take care of yourself sometimes. I know we don't want to be selfish. We don't want to seem like we're not willing to help people when they're in need. But you got to make sure to take care of yourself in order to help somebody else. If you are down, out, and bad, when somebody else is down, out, and bad too, you can't help them. You got to be able to make sure that you are fine first. So always take that time to self-care. I'm all about self-care. Make sure that you are good, and then you can help everybody else. It's just like when you're on a plane. When that oxygen mask comes down, they tell you if that comes down and you have somebody who is a child or has a different type of disability, they tell you to secure yours first and then go to them. Why do they say that? Because you might mess around and get theirs done, and now you're in trouble. Now it's too late for you, and you can't help nobody else when you are struggling with other people's problems. So make sure you just remember that while you're going throughout the rest of this week. Don't let these things stress you out. Don't let stuff bother you or burden you down, because it will be okay. They will be okay if you make sure that you are okay. Don't feel bad about it. But we're going to pay some bills, listen to some music. This New Soul Radio, this is the Marc May Show. And I got a special surprise for y'all this time. So make sure you definitely stick around and listen to it. We'll be back. The Marc May Show, New Soul Radio.
Introducing WSOL DB Chicago.
New Soul Radio.
Your new home for neo soul and R&B. Streaming 24/7 on our website, mobile app, or your favorite internet radio directory.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Download the New Soul Radio app or simply say, "Hey Alexa, play New Soul Radio." Powered by Solsei and Company. What does your soul say?
Want to answer one of our questions? Or have a song or artist request? Or do you just want to leave us some feedback? Call the New Soul Radio voicemail at 312-945-6376. That's 312-945-6376. Remember, we may play your message on air.
All right, this is New Soul Radio. This is Marc May on the Marc May Show. And right now, I have a special guest. A wonderful, wonderful person whose name really describes who she is, because she is an entrepreneur. She is an author. She's a singer, a songwriter. She is a content creator. She is a comedian, an actress. She is all these things. She is truly indescribable. And this is the person, if you don't know who I'm talking about right now, this is Indescribable, who is indescribable on TikTok, Instagram, on YouTube, and any other platform you want to see her. They probably put her videos everywhere, and somewhere you have seen her face. But I want to just introduce to you, I want to do a little applause. I'm going to do applause myself right here.
Thank you.
So, Indescribable, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to talk to little old me on the Marc May Show. How are you today?
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm doing wonderful. I really appreciate you reaching out to do this. I love talking to people and just, conversing with other creators to, see what their experiences are like and, getting exposure for other people and myself as well. So I understand it's all, everything is a process. So I'm happy to do and speak and whatever needs to be done.
Definitely. I thank you so much because, we definitely need to sit together, because if I didn't say it before, I'll say it right now. This is a part of one of the segments I'll be doing on the show, which is Back to Black, where we're just shining a spotlight on Black creators, business owners, entrepreneurs, professionals. Just want to say, I'm Black, you Black, we Black together, and I'm proud of you. So this is what this is all about. Now, just for the people who may be living under a rock who don't know who you are, let's start a little bit from the beginning. Now, I know that you are in GA. You are in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
Now, are you born and raised there?
Now, I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee,
Really?
and I grew up in Mississippi, and I moved to Atlanta in about 2016, and I've been here ever since. And people are always like, "Oh, well, you from Atlanta now?" I'm like, "No, I'm from Memphis." Get it right, M-Town all day. But
Right.
I do reside here in Atlanta, and I love Atlanta. It's so rich in culture. It's a lot of other creators here, good for networking. And I like that it's a big city, but it's got a lot of surrounded areas. So if you want to go out and be in the city and be in the hustle and bustle, you can. But if you're an introvert like me, you can sit at the house and enjoy the fruits of your labor, because that's what I enjoy doing.
Hey, okay. So it looked like you done stayed in the South, wherever you were. You were still in that South. And it's funny that you bring up the introvert. Like, the more other content or even artists that I know, creative people, a lot of us are some introverted people. Somehow we know how to turn it on when we're in front of people and we need to talk to people to connect, and we know we have to do that. But my best situation is truly when I'm by myself and I'm cool. I'm fine, just right here. I think that's how we come up with so much stuff we try to do, because we're fine with just being here in our own mind. And when I really weigh down on like the categories of the different type of content and things that we do, and just in a general sense, I would say you are in a very similar category as me. You're making the jingles, you're doing the skits. You're much better at the skits than I am, because this current one that you were doing with my first day ass, these skits are hilarious to me, because I look forward to you saying something like, "I'm gonna get fired," ain't it? I know it. Every time I love it every time. Tell me a little bit about, like, what is your creative thing? Like, what gets you inspired to make certain stuff like that?
I really just be in my own little world. A lot of times stuff just pops up in my head. People always say, well, how do you know what to do content on? I'm like, it chooses me 100%. Like I will, have had an experience with somebody and I'm, in the middle of, I'm like, this would be a good thing to turn into something funny. And so that's why I love that my content is so relatable. Everybody been fired from a job or have had to quit a job before, or maybe worked a job that they hated and couldn't stand or something like that. And so it's always, the goal, the easiest way to go viral is create relative content. Most of us have lived the same life, especially, Black people. So, and you can do a couple of clicks on Twitter and find that out that, we basically all ate the same food, did the same things, played the same games, had the same kinds of friends. And so I just try to make, I stay true to who I am and I only talk about things that I have experience with, so that's how I really come up with a lot of the content. It's usually just a scenario that played out and I'm like, let me make that a little more funny, because most of the time it'd be something that actually happened and I'm like, I gotta tell Instagram this, like
girl, there is all truth in that statement that us somehow it just seems like Black folk just live the same life in whole different cities and states and just different households, and we still all know the same stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how we all relate to having a drawer that may have plastic bags in it, or even having a drawer with just packets of sauces.
The junk drawer.
Why do we do that? I don't know. It's
we
like a passed down tradition.
We just always keep stuff. You never know when you're gonna need it. I mean, there is gonna be a time where my neighbor is gonna be, the basement gonna flood and they're gonna need 1,000 plastic bags from Kroger. And I'm gonna be ready. Okay.
Hey,
I'm gonna be ready.
I got a whole little cabinet full of nothing but little plastic bags. I got it. It's full up. And for this content that you are doing, I look at the things that you do and you say. So a lot of the things end up being kind of an iconic situation for you, where it's a phrase that you say that you're able to just make merch out of it. And I know you got an apparel right now as well. Okay, to be apparel on a website. And I know one thing, one shirt that I got to get for myself is "Shut Up Talking to Me," because I need. And if you don't know, if you are melanated in any way, there's something on here that is going to speak to you and how you feel, because we tired. And yes, if you got that rich uncle vibe or rich auntie vibe, that there is an apparel for you. But I sure got to get that "Shut Up Talking to Me," because it's so many people I need to tell that. Now now in the midst of this, I want to know how, because as a content creator, I respect your content, because between the skits, between the jingles, between just acting out different celebrities, between Nicki Minaj and all these videos, you are putting in work. And as a person who make these videos, I know how. So I applaud you, because I know it is not easy. You are putting in work. You are making merch. You are running a business. I've supported. You had a book out. I supported. I bought it. I went to Amazon and bought the book because I want to support my Black people. How are you finding time to do all this?
As far as my business is concerned, a lot of it is automated. And I did that because I wanted to be able to focus on my content more. So where it seems like I'm doing a bunch of stuff all the time, I have a lot of processes and procedures in place that take care of stuff that I don't have to handle. So when when people are buying merch, I'm not at the house printing up hoodies and making hats and stuff like that. That's something that I can outsource to somebody else, so I can focus on things that I'm more passionate about. The reason for I created my business because I felt like there's a lot of negative media surrounding people, not people of color, Black people. I'm gonna say Black people because there's a stigma that our daddies aren't in the house and our moms are more concerned with being, Instagram models than raising their kids and stuff like that. And so I just wanted to directly combat a lot of that that erroneous, conversation, because a lot of us are doctors and therapists and we come from 2-parent households and we're authors and we're leaders and we're politicians, and so it's not just the mess that you see on the shade room. No shade to the shade room. But it's mostly, you know, who fighting who got somebody else pregnant, who got caught cheating and stuff like that. And so I just wanted to remind people, you know, regardless of what people say about you, it's okay to be Black, and you can live in your Blackness. Your Black is beautiful. And there's a lot of times you might want to tell somebody to shut up talking to you. That's okay too. You know, if you the rich auntie with no kids and you be at all the functions with your wine cooler and your maxi dress, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever kind of Black you are, it's okay. And so I have all of that set up, you know, automated, you know, so I don't have to put too much of my physical time into it. I have to do some marketing and things like that and sampling and stuff. But other than that, I want to devote all my time to creating content. So people like you can be like, dang, this girl really be working. Yes, I really do be working. But, you know, I've been doing it for a long time, and I found a way to streamline, you know, my process. And so it's, you know, thanks to the people who call themselves my fans, because they, you know how social media works. People will tell you what they want. They'll be in the comments like, oh, do this, do that. Those are some ideas that you can use, you know, and put your own spin on it. So I definitely take that into consideration as well. But, you know, mostly just lack of sleep. How do I do it? Short answer, lack of sleep. I'm always, you know, my mind is always working, and being an overthinker and an introvert, you know, I've always got something going on. So I'm constantly trying to find the next thing, you know.
We might be cousins or something. we might be cousins or something, because we got a similar mindset when it comes to this stuff. Because I tell people all the time, when it comes to like building up this, and truthfully, you built up long before I did. You were popping on Instagram way before TikTok was even popping yet. You was popping on Instagram. I remember seeing you. I had my little 300 followers, and I was I was trying to build up. So I have been learning from watching you a lot. I've been learning how you move with certain things and how you build up certain things and promote and work with brands. I'm watching from the sideline, learning on the way, because this is all something that I want to project to the future. I have people or young men talk to me about what they see with what I'm doing. And I try purposely not to do too much of stereotypical Black people stuff, because I want to show them something different. It's all about what you see. I like to see great things from us, because the television and the news and shade room, again,
right? They're not gonna show it. They're not gonna show it. We got to do it. So
somebody got to show these kids that, hey, you can be more than just on these streets. You can
right.
You can be a doctor, a lawyer. You can be an actor. You can be a singer. Whatever you do, just do it the best you can. Right. And have you always been that person? Now, I know you said you was an introvert, but these jokes you be cracking off, because I see when people come from you. When people come, you ain't the one to just hold back all the time. Like, I know you ignore some people, and we all gotta ignore some stuff. But I know it's sometimes you wake up like, I got time today, and I've seen it. Now, have you always been like that, to just be ready?
Look, I have always been an outspoken child. I'm gonna phrase it like that. And I was never the cool kid. I was never the most popular. When I got to high school, I had, a couple of friends, but I took accelerated classes. So I was with, the Black nerds or whatever. And I still, to this day, I don't consider myself a nerd, but I don't consider myself, I ran track, but I wasn't a jock, or I wasn't, like the top athlete at the school. I was an average kid in my opinion. But, as I got to college, I started, meeting different people. I went to a HBCU, Alcorn State University. And so I met a lot of different types of people. And I started really understanding more about Blackness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So being from Memphis, we grew up roasting people. So once I took that to college, I was like, oh, I see what time it is. And so now, like you said, a lot of people I do just ignore. If you write a paragraph on my page in disagreement with something that I posted, I'm obviously not about to give that attention. As soon as I see that it goes left, I'm blocking you, because I don't have the energy for that. But every now and then people will just, it really just depends on how I'm feeling. I would probably say 9 times out of 10, I ignore it. But that one time I ignore it, it'd be like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. I done slapped everybody that said something in the last 5 years. So I just caution people, like, I'm cool until I'm not. And I don't start stuff with people. You've seen my content, so you know that I don't create things that are like intentionally damaging to people. It's all in fun. It's all in love. And I just want to make people laugh and, create a positive experience when you come to my page. But, just be careful with your mouth because, I got a mouth too. And it's a little reckless at times. I've since learned, to think before I speak, but every now and then my face don't get the memo.
Hey.
And so, so I'm still a work in progress. God is working on me. And I pray that he never stops.
Hey, he ain't never done with us. We all working towards. We're working towards his glory, but yet to anybody to ever make it there. So it's all good with me because some people be talking way too reckless.
Yeah.
Like, people forget that you can get touched. Like, I might see you one day. I need you to know that. Especially if you in my city talking reckless. I might see you.
Right.
Well, I know somebody where you at. Don't you talking what people be talking way too reckless out here.
The internet empowers a lot of people. That's the beautiful thing about the internet is freedom of speech. You can say what you want, you can share your opinions. But the worst thing also about the internet is freedom of speech. You can say what you want and you can share your opinions. And a lot of people think that their opinions are facts. And that's not the case. Just because you feel strongly about something doesn't make it right. And you have to be able to respect that other people can disagree with you. And so I've just learned, to pick and choose my battles in anything, friendships, business, relationships. Some things I just ain't going to argue about. I'm just not.
Yeah, I feel like in the internet age, a lot of times we've lost the art form of agreeing to disagree.
Right.
Everything doesn't have to be the same. I don't have to think like you. Why? Because my experiences are not the same as you.
Exactly.
I didn't grow up how you did. So I don't have the same trauma triggers. I don't have the same life that you had. The things that might happen to you didn't happen to me. So my thoughts on things may be completely different. But there's one thing that I have seen that we all, as Black creators, have somewhat agreed with. That this life as a Black creator can be halted a lot of times by the different social media platforms. Because I know I saw the post today. I think it was today or either yesterday. You posted, we all can't be shadow banned. I think we all can be.
I don't understand. It's all happening at the same time. And I'm like, what is up with the engagement? I'm usually doing like putting up numbers. And now Instagram like, yeah, you're not going to make that money this month.
Nope. Listen, I just started popping on Instagram. I just got it going. My post was going. I had a good little 10,000 every time. And then just 1 week, one day, it went right on back to 100. How that happened?
And I think that people try to say, oh, well, your content is not engaging. You a lie. Because if I'm doing the same kind of content over and over again, my followers have to have access to it. And so that's why I share with people, like, if you see something that you like, don't just scroll past it and laugh at it. Tag somebody, share it with your friends, like it, comment, even if it's just a happy face emoji, whatever it is, because that's the only way you're going to tell the algorithms in place that, hey, I fool with this person and I want to continue seeing their content. But if you just on Instagram scrolling, like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't really doing nothing for people that you say you support. You're not finna put no money in my pocket to pay my rent. Yeah. So, the least you could do is like my video, share it with somebody, and these platforms are free. So it's not like it's killing you to do this. But at the same time, I think I always share this with people. I feel like the creative arts in any form, like music, comedy, singing, acting, stuff like that. I think that it's the industry that people consume the most, but they're the least willing to financially support. Like, how long people been bootlegging movies? How long people been sneaking in concerts? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long people been trying to, get you that you try to send them to a subscription-based platform, and you never gonna convert everybody. Like that's a whole different ball game. You got to give exclusive content. And I said, for the amount of money that I'm trying to make, if Instagram is paying thousands of dollars a month to post a couple of times a day, why would I go to a subscription-based platform that's charging people to see my content $5 a month? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
even if I do get all the money, why would they come pay for it when they can get it for free everywhere else? And unfortunately, this is something that people just want to consume for free. Like people don't, unless I'm paying tickets to go see Beyonce, I'm finna get on Apple Music, pay my $10 a month, but for $10 a month, I don't just get Beyonce, I get everybody. What the thing about these subscription platforms is I got to pay $5 for you, $5 for Indescribable, another $5 for Just Hilarious, another $5 for Daisy Banks, another $5 for Ryan Davis. Like, baby, we in the middle of a whole panini. People ain't got that kind of money. You know what I'm saying?
Say that one more time.
We is in the middle of a whole panini, and people are trying to get their hair done. They trying to feed their kids and keep their lights on. Ain't nobody got time to be paying no $50 a month to watch something they can see on Instagram.
Listen, I agree with everything that you're saying because I know, even I don't know if you keep up with like Kevin on stage and let me not say that. I hate when people say that about other people's business. Get right. your little music career going. Nah. You got your little janitor job together either way.
Right.
I know he talks about, people coming and expecting to have like a Netflix library of music of content from somebody who's just starting. A lot of times we don't support each other even when it's free sometimes, and it's something that I really wish we could work on and find a way to get around and fix. But right now I just want to we're going to talk a little bit more about that right after we pay a few more bills, and then so this is New Soul Radio. This is the Marc May Show.
This podcast contains excerpts from New Soul Radio shows. For the full listening experience with music, visit newsoulradio.com. That's NUSOL radio.com.
Support the station by grabbing an iHeart Soul Music or Music Heals the Soul t-shirt in sizes up to 5X or newsoulradio.com. Social networks. Follow New Soul Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at New Soul Radio. That's New Soul Radio.
All right. We are back on the New Soul Radio with the Marc May Show. I'm here still with IndescribeaBULL. This is truthfully an indescribable person. I'm loving this conversation. And when we left off, we just left off talking about just the concept of how Black creators have been I would say misused, but we're getting used on a lot of these platforms because
we're being abused.
We mean all of that. Because whenever it comes to these little challenges y'all see, when it comes to all the trends that y'all see, we start them. But we not the face that you see. Now, when it comes to getting on the Ellen show or it comes to getting on the late night TV shows, it ain't us that you see, but we the one that started it.
Talk about it. And
now we got to make an uproar in order for it to be fixed. But it should have never had to come to that. And I'm always a believer that we need to support ourselves because clearly they not gonna do it for us. So on these free apps, she made the statement that sharing and commenting and liking is free. They don't charge you to double tap.
It's free, y'all. It's free. And if you really care about, like, I have some supporters who I have a link in my bio where if people just want to do a love offering, a PayPal or something, they can do that. And I've had people send stuff before and be like, I really, I love your content. I really want to see you make it. You ain't even got to do that. I appreciate it, but you could really just comment on the video. Make sure Instagram knows that you want to continue seeing my content and share it with somebody. Like you said, unfortunately, people don't even support us when it's free. But how can you say you really want to see me make it and you're not doing anything to contribute to it? And this is not me trying to put the responsibility of my career on other people, but nobody's famous without fans. Nobody gets roles. If people want to see, regardless of what happened at the Oscars, Will Smith still getting offers to be in movies and all these other deals. It's not going to stop because he's Will Smith. Who was supporting him at first? This is back when he was doing Parents Just Don't Understand, him and Jazzy Jeff and all this stuff. Like, he's had fans for that long. So who do you think is going to see his movies and supporting his TV shows? Every shows that he's produced that he didn't even star in, you know what I mean? Just his whole family got stuff going on. So, you know, like a lot of people don't want to tell you, but the fans really make you. And if you don't have supporters, you don't have a career in this industry. Because what's the measure of success? The measure of success has to be, are you able to make people spend money? That's what an influencer does.
Yep.
Can I influence you to break this bread? And if I can't do it, then I'm not an influencer. And people don't want to hear that. Baby, you just get naked on Instagram for a couple hundred likes. I'm not shading nobody. I'm just saying there's a difference between an influencer and a social media personality, or you know what I mean, like an IG model or something like that. So the role influencer has been reduced because so many people are going viral. And, you know, it's a little easier now with TikTok. You know, you catch the right trend at the right time and now you everywhere. But those people just did what was viral at the moment. And some of them don't even have talent to reproduce that. They can't even replicate that. And so you have people like us that are, you know, posting stuff every other day getting overlooked because it's the same old thing. You know what I'm saying? When truthfully, we might have been the person that they got the challenge from in the first place. So, you know, it's always going to be a sketchy situation. That's why I said, Lord, keep your hands on me. Allow me to get my money and get on down, because I'm not here for the gimmicks. I'm going to continue to use my gifts because I truly believe that I've been given gifts to help and bless other people. So I'm going to always do what I do because I love it. But I might do DoorDash, though, for a couple of weeks, though. If it get a little crazy. I ain't going to lie to you.
You got DoorDash, I'll do Uber Eats. We got it.
Okay.
We on here.
For that.
Man, because just in that, people, the bad thing about people, and I think this one is all people, it ain't even just black people. A lot of people don't want to jump on until you already pop. They don't want to, especially people that you know, but
100%.
They want to see you already there. And then I always knew was you wasn't always there.
I went to school with her. She my friend. You know, like I don't really know you.
I don't know you. And I
be telling my family, look, y'all need to behave, because I know the life that God has for me. You say something crazy, I'm gonna disown you.
Hey,
I'm not finna even attach myself to nothing like, because you see how they did Meghan Markle. As soon as that girl married that man, they started digging up dirt on everybody in her family. Well, her daddy doing this and her cousin did this. I ain't got no cousins.
I was adopted. I don't know nothing about that.
I do not know these people at all.
Never met them. They were exchange. Well, I'm saying the wrong word. But this is one thing I know. Once I want people to know about it now, so they don't have to jump on later. Because when I be hearing you sing, I know you got that gift right there. And I know that you got the gift to make some music. Now I learned from, I think it was maybe either right before or right in the middle. I'll say right before the pandemic, maybe. I used to see some lives with you in a band. And I used to sit in that whole, I don't know if y'all was practicing. I used to sit that whole time. I used to watch this band, and I'm like, when is she going to put out some music? Now, have you always have a love for music? Have you always been singing?
Oh, yeah. I've been singing since I was like, I think I discovered I could sing when I was like maybe 6 or 7 or something like that. My mama made me get in the choir. She may have heard me singing around the house or something. And so I never had any professional training. But I've just like, you know, I've sang so much. I've, you know, done shows and just been in so many different arenas that I just picked up things here and there. You know, I was always athletic. So, you know, breathing control and things like that, and studying scales and stuff, taking music courses whenever I could. But I've always loved to do it. And I've been doing it since I was a little girl. I've been writing poems and stuff like that since I was little. So, you know, like, I think I do believe that there's something bigger for me. I just think God is using comedy and my sense of humor to get me there. And I'm okay with it. Like, I've just learned to not rush anything in my life. Cause even when I was doing the live shows with the band, you know, it was something that we created and put it together for the pandemic. but it wouldn't sustain. There was some conflicting ideas and people had scheduling conflicts. And, if you a real introvert, you understand doing things by yourself. So when people stop, it's kind of like, oh, well, I still got what I got going on. It's kind of, it's not in a negative or a shady way. It's just that I've always depended on me for whatever I needed. So if somebody else ain't pulling their weight, it don't affect me because I'm going to get to the finish line regardless. So I'm focused on what God has placed in me and what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's how I achieve my goals. I wish that if I had a live band now, I would be doing shows all over Atlanta, but it's hard to find, consistent people. And another thing is, I'm truthful with people. I make good money on social media, but I can't pay y'all. Like I can't say, look, I need you to be available whenever I call you, and then I'm not going to pay you. Like I have to be able to work around people's schedules, because if I wanted to pay people what they were worth, they'd be making 6 figures working with me. And I just can't afford that. So I never, when people hit me up and be like, hey, I'll send you a free toothbrush if you post it on your TikTok. I'm sorry, Selena, I have 1 million followers. I'm not doing that. I understand my influence and I know exactly what I bring to the table. So no, I'm not going to cheapen my brand just so you can get a quick shout out. I'm not doing nothing for free. So I don't expect other people to do stuff for free. I respect other artists enough to not even come at them that way. Now, if we're doing a collaborative effort where I'm like, hey, yo, all of us come together, we rent out this space, we do a show and we split the profit, that's different. But if you telling people, yeah, I need you on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 10:30 and, be ready to learn all these, like I'm taking up a large portion of your time. And what you want me to do, bring you chicken tenders and cheese sticks? Because if somebody asked me to do that, I would cuss them out. I'm not even going to front you. It would be immediate cussing out. So I try to respect artists as much as I would like to be respected. And I'm truthful about my situation where I am right now. If I could afford to, I'd have been did it. But my life is not moving like that right now. Right now where I am is God is meeting my needs through social media. I'm self-sufficient. I don't have to depend on nobody. I don't clock in nowhere. Can't no man be like, oh, well, since you want to be out in the streets, I ain't paying your rent this month. Like, I don't have that situation going on. And I tell people that be wanting to date me, look, I talk back. I make a decent amount of money. I'm going to talk back. Okay. So I've set that life up for myself and I'm grateful for it, because there's a lot of things that when you have your own money, and money is not the end all be all, but when you have your own finances, it's a lot of things people just can't do to you. When you're not desperate for money and taking any and everything, it's a lot of things that you just won't tolerate. You have a little more confidence telling people no, because you know that, it's not a situation where, well, if I don't post this water bottle, I ain't gonna be able to pay my light bill. I ain't hurting for nothing. God gonna always have me. I ain't got to do nothing that I don't want to do. So I'm not gonna ask nobody else. You know what I mean? Like it's like a mutual respect thing.
I'm with you the whole way through here. I'm with you the whole way through. And just in the concept of with you having that mind state, I believe God's going to do exceedingly and abundantly for you. And eventually you'll be able to give everybody a lifestyle that they need and that they want and deserve, just because you have the heart to want to do it for them.
I receive it. I receive it right now in the name of the matchless mighty name of Jesus. Now.
Come on now.
Hallelujah.
Hey.
I won't be money, Lord. I won't Beyonce money, Lord.
I'm ready for it. Because I'm gonna host the show or something. I'm gonna be on this show somewhere.
Don't say that now. Because I'm gonna call you.
I'm ready. Listen, we already next time I'm always in the A. Next time we're in the A, we're gonna go to a karaoke or something. We're gonna do something.
Baby, don't threaten me with no good time. Do not threaten me with a good time. Because I'll be right there. Shots on me.
I'm ready for it. I'll be there. I'm always down there. I got family down there. But you done said something that I wanted to bring up as well. You hit that 1 million mark on that good old TikTok. So congratulations to that. I'm gonna give a hand clap for that.
Thank you so much.
Because it is well deserved. Well deserved.
It took, it was crazy because TikTok's algorithm is a little more receptive. to, repetitive content and trends and challenges and music and stuff like that. And so it's way easier for you to go viral on TikTok than it is on Instagram. And so when I saw that right in the middle of the pandemic, I said, I ain't doing nothing. Let me get on TikTok. First thing I thought was, I am too old to be on this app. And then I saw 70-year-old women with 200,000 followers and, all these seniors or, middle-aged people. And I said, oh, I'm finna run it up.
Yeah.
I'm finna run it up. I don't know what I got to do, but I'm gonna crack this code. And when I do, it ain't no stopping me. So that's just the space that I'm in right now. I just figure out what works and run it till the wheels fall off. Consistency really is key.
Consistency. That's the consistency. Stop quitting. People give up before they figure out anything.
Right. They're like, well, it didn't work. Well, you only did it for 3 days. So how would you know?
You tried one thing and it worked. Try something else.
Right.
What are you doing? It just don't make sense. I tell people a lot of times it's just the consistency. That's what really knocks out most of the people who would have did something because they don't got the patience to wait for that thing to pop.
It's not patience because I don't have patience. I found out it's work ethic. A lot of people do not want to get up and do. You have to think. If I sit on this wall and I just tap it 6 times, nothing's going to happen. But if I take a hammer to that wall and I tap it 60 times or for 60 days, eventually you're going to see that wall cave in. And people don't understand that. You have to keep pushing at certain things. The money's not going to always be there. The awards and the recognition and the fans are not going to always be there. So something has to drive you. That's why anybody that I talk to about wanting to do anything, I don't care what you want to do. Baby, if you want to train dolphins at SeaWorld, you have to be passionate about it because it's not, you know what I mean? All of the process is not glamorous and it's not going to always be you getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's going to be some nights you up till 3 a.m. trying to figure out why you can't sleep or you waking up out your sleep because you got so much anxiety about how you going to eat tomorrow or how I'm gonna pay my car note. Like I've experienced those things, being homeless, not knowing where my next meal was gonna come from. And so stuff like that really drives me, just having to deal with those situations and not because I didn't have a support system, but because I was prideful, but because I didn't want to say I didn't do the right thing or I didn't make the right decisions. I made a mistake. That's why I was in those situations. And a lot of people won't even tell you that. They'll just tell you, oh, life was hard. Nah, you was out here effing up. You was out here in some stuff you ain't had no business being in. And the only reason I'm here today, I refuse to not say it, is because of the grace of God. His hand has been on my life. That's the only reason you see me, because I've just allowed him to keep me covered. There are plenty of times like people don't be wanting to say it, but I ain't perfect. I ain't made all the right decisions in my life. I done some real messed up stuff to myself and to other people. But God showed mercy on me. He still cared enough about what was in me to keep me motivated and disciplined to see what he's planted in me bloom. So, when it comes to stuff like that, man, you can't just give up. A good friend of mine told me a long time ago, people are suffering because you're not operating in your gift. Everything that's inside of you ain't just for you. So you got to be able to speak to people and minister and make people laugh and change their thought process and teach them things, because that's my goal. Every time I come in contact with anybody, I hope that they come away from this interaction a better person. You might not know every single thing you should do in life, but you're a better person because you met me. That's all. I'm good. I'm good with it.
Look, you finna have somebody shouting. Somebody gonna be shouting in their car right now.
Look, I got some church music. You want me to play? I got some. Look, I got some Mary, some Tasha Cobbs.
Come on, now we might need. As soon as it's over, we gonna be playing some. We gonna play at least one church song right here. We need to play it. I don't care what it is. If it's today's a new day, it's something. Yeah. We gonna
come on, Kirk. Kirk put you in there.
Yes. Kirk been doing it for a long time. Have you ever thought about, I was a kid.
Kirk has been doing this over 30 years. Successfully.
And
consistently at the top of his game.
Yes, every decade, he's still at the top with another one, with another hit. with another gospel one banger. He be out here killing it. That's the path I want to follow there.
And he's had challenges too, but you can see God working in his life. That's why a lot of
when
people,
God has something for you, it's for you. No one can take it away.
Can't nobody take it. Can't nobody take it away. That's why when some people talk, I be like, you don't know God. Because if you did, your life will reflect it. And you wouldn't be dealing with certain things. You know what I'm saying? Now, trials and tribulations will come, but you can't just be in a perpetual state of depression and lack and insufficiency, and you ain't never got no money. Ain't nothing never going your way. Baby, it's you.
Yeah.
Because that ain't even the life that God wants for you.
If you still in the storm that you've been dealing with for however long you're dealing with, it's because you're not learning the lesson.
That's it.
You're not growing. You're not changing the thing that was meant for you. You're insane because you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. Different.
Right.
So you surprised when that bad thing keeps happening. Oh, I got out of it. I thought I beat that, but you did the same thing when you got out.
Oh, no. My favorite thing is I'm going to do the wrong thing a different way.
It's still the wrong thing.
I'll be like, good luck.
Like my favorite line, I think Black people favorite line when they really ain't going to do nothing, I'm going to pray for you.
Right.
I'm going to pray for you. And a lot of times that's the prayer.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the prayer.
Because I'm not saying nothing after.
Amen.
I'll pray for you. I am not going to take up God's time because he been working on you for years, and I'm not going to waste my prayer. I got other stuff to pray for.
I got stuff. My prayer list full. I don't
Thank
got nothing else on there. God already know. He know you.
Right. They'll just tell, oh, God know your heart, baby. God know your heart.
But look, Indescribable, this has been a fantastic interview, especially my first interview here on the Marc May Show.
Woo-hoo!
I'm so thankful.
Shout out to you.
Thank you so very much. Listen, I'm trying to be like you. I'm always trying to be like you. Even though technically I saw when there's something on the online is crazy because I just typed in your username and they have you born and raised and still living in Los Angeles.
Child. I guess. I mean, I'll take it. Lord, if you want me in Cali, just say it.
Hey, they trying to speak some stuff into existence. I understand it.
Whatever God has for me, I'll take it.
Amen. But I know you are a busy woman, as you have explained. I know you got a lot of things going on. So I thank you so much for taking this time out to be here with me. And we're going to go ahead and let you go. And we're going to play some soothing music. We probably going to play at least one gospel song right here. But this is Marc May and Indescribable on the Marc May Show on New Soul Radio. Y'all be blessed. Hey, this is Marc May of the Marc May Show. And if you want to be promoted on our show, you can definitely hit us up if you need to promote your business, your brand, or your product. Hit me up at marcusmay2006@gmail.com. That's MarcusMay2006@gmail.com. I can't wait to hear from you.
Take New Soul Radio with you wherever you go. Download the New Soul Radio app in the Google Play or Apple App Store by searching New Soul Radio. That's NUSOL Radio.
All right. We are back with the Marc May Show on the New Soul Radio. This is Marc May all day, and I know y'all enjoyed that. I know y'all enjoyed every moment of that because I did. Listen, I got so many gems out of that talk with Indescribable. I got so many gems, so many things that I can use in my life. And one thing that really stuck out to me is when she was speaking about, and we were both speaking about the idea of being a content creator or doing anything in life, and how a lot of people seem to give up too soon. Consistency is truly the key to success in a lot of different fields. It doesn't matter if you want to be an entertainer, a doctor, a lawyer, if you want to be a janitor, a construction worker, if you want to be a plumber. Consistency is the key to whatever you do. And she made a good point that it's not about patience. It's about hard work. And a lot of times we don't want to do too much hard work. And why is that? Because it's uncomfortable. And we have grown in this life that we are living now to avoid being uncomfortable by all means. But we have to understand that when you're going through this life, you're going to have times where you can't avoid being uncomfortable. You can't avoid being in uncomfortable situations. You can't avoid doing some work that you may not want to do, but that you need to do. Listen, as a content creator, as a singer, as an actor, there's a lot of stuff I don't feel like doing. A lot of times I wake up, I don't feel like making 3 videos. I don't feel like recording. I don't feel like writing a song. Sometimes I don't feel like being on set all day to record one scene that's about 2 minutes long, but it takes us 2 hours to get done. People don't want to do that. People don't want to do that all the time, but I understand the end result. And once you have that in your mind, I think it's sometimes a lot easier. When you have the concept of the finish line for you, you understand this step is going to get you closer to it. But the one thing I've realized for a lot of people, when they give up too quick, or it seems like they never really gave full effort, it's because they didn't have a passion. They just wanted the profit. And I think I said something right there. You cannot go through life chasing profit without any passion, because it will never work out. It's something about success. It's something about reaching your goals and dreams that weeds out people who aren't really there for the love. When you do things simply for money, sometimes you'll get the money, but it'll go away as quickly as it came. If you try to jump past different obstacles, jump past the journey of reaching the top, you'll make sure to secure a time frame where you will fall. You're going to fall. And because you didn't build a foundation, that fall is going to hurt. You got to do stuff not simply for the money, but do it for the passion, for the love. Understand that it will not and cannot be easy. And I say cannot be easy because if it was, everybody and their mama would do it. Now, I do believe that everybody can be successful. But in all truthfulness, it all depends on what your definition of success is. To me, success is being able to live a life that is fulfilling by doing the things that you are passionate of for the people you truly love. Now, I know it may sound like a long sentence, but that's what success is to me. I'm doing something that is fulfilling my life, that is helping me showcase my talent, my gifts, something that I have a passion for. And that enough is giving back to me so that I can be there for the people I love. I never want to be the person who neglects my family, who neglects my responsibilities for something just because of money. But when you got a passion for something, those things don't come into fact. They don't come into factors, because when you have a passion, your family knows you have a passion. They support you the whole way. My wife is going to be there. If I got a concert, if I have an album release, if I have a TV show that I'm going to be on, which I do, if I have a movie that I'm going to be on, that I'm going to speak into existence right now, glory to God, I'm going to get that movie. I'm going to get that other TV show. If I have that going on, they're going to watch. They're going to be there. They're going to support. So I don't got to worry about them not being with me. I don't have to worry about not or neglecting them, because they're going to be with me every step of the way. And the same thing for them, for everything that they're passionate for everything that they love to do. My wife uh has a shop right now. She's a cosmetologist who specializes in natural hair. It's Jolie Thompson Teens in Tinley Park, Illinois. She has a true passion and love for that, for working with children and to building up their confidence. And I support her the whole way. I understand when she has to be there late. It's a business. And the thing is, when we was opening, when she was figuring out everything, I was there with her the whole step of the way. And I'm not too good to help out, to paint, to build up things, to put together, to go pick up stuff from the store. When somebody supports you, they will be there. When your family supports you, they will be there, but they won't be there if they don't see you have a love and passion for it. So that's really the lesson that I'm pulling out. And I know I got here from consistency to passion because they completely correlate. If you don't have a passion, it's hard to be consistent. So make sure whatever you do is not just for profit, but also because you love to do it. If you don't take anything else, remember that. There have been a lot of gems dropped today, but I need you to remember that. You need to find that thing that you're passionate about. And when you have a passion for it, being consistent, working hard for it, won't be hard to do. But right now, we're going to listen to some more music and we're going to pay a few more bills. It's the Marc May Show on New Soul Radio. Yo, this is Marc May from the Marc May Show on New Soul Radio, and you can always listen to me on Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time at newsoulradio.com.
Introducing WSOL DB Chicago.
New Soul Radio.
Your new home for neo soul and R&B. Streaming 24/7 on our website, mobile app, or your favorite internet radio directory.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Download the New Soul Radio app or simply say, "Hey Alexa, play New Soul Radio." Powered by Solsei and Company. What does your soul say?
All right, we're back. Marc May Show on New Soul Radio. I know that this is Monday. This is the day of the week, the beginning of the work week for a lot of people. But I know if you listen to this whole thing, you have received some stuff that should help you through the rest of this week. It's a lot of things that have been spoken in here. And if you're a Christian, if you believe in God, whatever you believe in, your center should be filled right now with the understanding that is what is for you will be for you. And that the only person that can take away your purpose is the person you stare at when you look in the mirror. Your purpose is already set for you. That thing that God has for you is already there for you. He just needs you to be consistent and keep striving for it. Don't give up too easy. Don't let trials and tribulations hold you down, because all things work together for the good of those who work according to his purpose. So all things won't be good, but they won't feel good, but they'll work together for the good. If you're sitting in that storm too long, sometimes you were supposed to let go of something. Sometimes you're putting yourself in those situations, and you got to learn from your mistakes and stop repeating them over and over again. Sometimes you got to take accountability. You have to step back and remember what your purpose is. And when you go throughout this life, the more you grow, the more you learn, the more wisdom you receive, the better you are at figuring out the things that you are doing wrong and correcting them. And the people that should keep around you that are no longer supposed to be there. We have to learn to let go of not just ideas, but we have to learn to let go of people sometimes, because sometimes people are just there for a season. Too many times we got seasonal people sticking around for decades. They were only supposed to be there for a little while, but we holding on because we're too scared to let go and to change and to evolve and to be better. But everybody can't come with you. Everybody ain't gonna root for you. Everybody ain't supposed to be there. Everybody has their different journey, and sometimes your roads and your path will hit a fork in the road where you gotta split. They have to go their way. You have to go their way. It doesn't mean that there was something wrong. Doesn't mean that you guys have to have a big fight and disagreement. It just means that you grow in different paths. That's all it is. But I hope the rest of this week will be a blessing for you, that you will have a day that you can just take some time for yourself and self-care, that you will remember that everything will be all right as long as you stay focused on the path ahead, and that you remember that mental health is important. Mental health is important. As Black people, I want to make sure I say that because we're just now really getting into the understanding that mental health is important. Sometimes things can't just be prayed away. Faith without works is dead. So you got to work. You got to work with some professionals sometimes to get that help. So make sure you get that help that you need. And make sure that you always remember to love yourself. Because if you don't, who else will love you if you can't love yourself? Have confidence in yourself. I had somebody just today already asked me about advice on confidence. And no, I struggle with the idea of what to truly say because it took me years to truly get here. But it's a constant path that you have to always remember who you are. You have to look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are great. You are good. You're worthy. You're worth it. And I constantly do that. And a lot of times you can be distracted by social media and the world. But as long as you remember who you are and who you belong to, you'll be okay. But make sure y'all follow me on these social medias. On TikTok, it's Marc May. It's MARC_MAY on TikTok, and Mr. Unpopular One on Instagram. You can also find me on there as Marc May as well. And on YouTube, it's Marc May. And on all your streaming platforms for all the music, I have an album coming out, New Me, dropping May 20th. So make sure you guys get that. Make sure you download it, stream it, bump up them numbers for me. But you guys be blessed. You guys be great. Keep going, keep striving, keep believing, keep asking why not? Because why not me? Why not be greater than I was before? You guys have a great day. This is Marc May from New Soul Radio, the Marc May Show. Y'all be great.
This is Solsei. What does your soul say?